Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Konnect Conversations. Hope you all are doing well. Today, we have with us someone whose family and friends define her as a seer, doer, and dreamer who does not miss even a single opportunity to support people in need. Having diverse experience of 18 years in industry and academia, she is a seasoned higher education academician, researcher, and leader in academic administration, entrepreneurial leadership and development, women empowerment, CSR, and business development. A PhD in the field of management, she has presented various research papers in national and international conferences in India as well as abroad, and her work has got published in both national and international journals. She owns a copyright from Copyright Office Government of India for management and commerce students called OISSIB, popular by the name of Occupational Interest, scheduled for students, institutions, and businesses. Apart from headlining her current entrepreneurial venture, she's also the state president for the Startup Council of Wiki in Uttarakhand, state secretary for Nari Wing at Veteran India, mentor of change at Atal Innovation Mission by Niti Aayog, to name a few. And apart from all these achievements, she has also been a national player of badminton in under 18 and a registered Lucknow Doordarshan artist. A very warm welcome to Dr. Juhi Garg, founder and CEO of DivIn Pro. Hello, ma'am. Welcome to Konnect Conversations, and thank you for allowing us to share your journey on this platform.
Thank you so much, Chandra, for having me and inviting me. Such a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So, ma'am, I will begin with something that is very, very obvious, like DivIn Pro. Of course, we are talking about DivIn Pro here. And I read somewhere that you describe it as an impact-driven BPO and a KPO managed by women and marginalized sex professionals. So if you can tell our viewers a little bit about what is DivIn Pro all about and what is the ultimate mission due to which it came into existence.
Yeah, I mean, you read it correctly. It's on my website and maybe from on a few more other social media pages. So DivIn, how I elaborated and how I named it. It's basically diversity and inclusion. DIV stands for diversity, IN stands for inclusion, Pro stands for professional. So with the thought of including professionals from marginalized sector, specifically women, was one of my prime agendas of having this organization. So I wanted to do a couple of things, but when I include women from various sectors, those who are willing to do and go ahead in life and do better things, and then those who are capable. So wanted to help them in certain ways, and the best way to support anyone is to give them employment and economic empowerment. So yeah, this was one prime reason. And what exactly do we do here in our organization? First of all, it's a recognized startup by Startup Uttarakhand, and pre-incubated at IIM Bangalore, and also the part of Vadhwani Accelerator program. So yeah, it's basically a BPO or a KPO, or I also say this, that it's a contact center and a support center. So which is primarily focused upon category. So this is how we are different from any other regular contact center. So we are category specific contact center and support center, right? So what exactly do we do? As you asked me, about the DivIn Pro, we focus on primarily three categories. One is startups. So we help and work a lot with the startups. In my research of 6 months or so, I found out I had spoken to various entrepreneurs, spoken to some government stakeholders and few other investors, and found out what is the major problem that a startup faces. Out of many problems, one was a major problem that startups face, early stage startups specifically, that they find it difficult to define their projects. The initial MVP, a minimum viable product, it is difficult to actually define that, and that requires a lot of research, field work. And even if a founder has money, an investor, he has will and charisma and everything to do to make a startup successful, but not everyone has a research skills. So what exactly we offered them is research support. Okay. So we do intensive research for them. We do tele researches, surveys, and we collect this data. Data is then, treated, and finally, the treated data is presented to the entrepreneur and the startup, and they take strategic decisions based on that. So that helps them to actually define their primary product, and then, pivot or reiterate their offerings later on. So we have done it for a couple of clients, and they're doing well. And yeah, about second category, by the virtue of being an all-women organization, what best happens is that we are the best suited people for women, children, and elderly specific needs. Right. So, for example, we are the only company which runs a menstrual helpline, the only company, or you may say periods helpline, and it's doing very well. And we are catering to thousands of women in Uttarakhand right now, and we are planning to go, across India, pan India.
Okay.
And third category eventually evolved for us. We didn't initially intend it to be there, but how automatically projects came was basically for NGO trust and societies. So we're working with various NGOs. What happens with the NGOs is that basis on their licensing and on their registration certificates and all that, they may get a project from various bodies, but they struggle doing the baseline survey, impact assessment, or even project implementation. They have funds, they have intention, they have completed the compliances, but implementing a project and actually doing the research behind it is entirely a different task. So we help them in that. So these are three primary focus areas. Education and all happens automatically. It comes and we do it beautiful, because my background is such.
Okay, wonderful, ma'am. So, ma'am, like I was just listening to you, so startups, women-led organizations, and NGOs. Apart from that, do you also cater to like corporates, like industries and other fields, like government and everything, and you offer them the same services, like in terms of?
Yes, thank you. See, government, yes, we have onboarded Women and Child Department of Uttarakhand. So that comes under ministry. And we are again onboarding 2 more departments of government very soon. The talks are on and it's on the final verge. So hopefully by the end of this month, something good should happen for various projects. So those are skill and education related projects. So again, government is all about welfare.
Right.
And it does all the work through their partners and agents. So we become their partner in doing, a collaborator in doing such meaningful projects. So government, of course, is there, and corporates right now. To be very honest, I won't say that an organization with 20 years of illustrious career is onboarded with us. No, nothing of that sort right now. But yes, whether it's a startup or a corporate, they struggle in introducing a new product in the market. So for a startup, defining and launching a new product is a first time agenda, but for a corporate, launching it is not a first time agenda. So they have experience in that, but problem is again the same. Right. So challenges again the same. For corporates, we are focusing on, to be very honest, we are not focusing on helping them doing these primary things. We are helping them in managing their customer care.
Okay.
So because they have established businesses, they have huge amount of clientele with them, and to manage and engage with their customer is their prime concern.
Right.
So not with the launch, not with the research. They have established R&D. But for customer engagement, there is a problem.
Right. Okay. Wonderful, ma'am. So, ma'am, DivIn Pro was, I think, established in the year 2021. Correct me if I'm wrong. And so, ma'am, being a young startup, and especially run by a woman entrepreneur, it must have had its fair share of challenges. So how would you describe that experience, facing of challenges, if you can, and if you can tell us top 2 challenges that you have faced, and what did you do to overcome those?
There are various challenges, and I started, I won't say I started late. Yes, I'm in my early 40s. So I have my, I have a backing of close to 2 decades of work experience, which helps a lot. Definitely, people trust you more. People have seen you here and there, everywhere, for different reasons. So they trust you more. They have seen your work. You don't have to actually claim every time and convince each and every person that, hey, somebody of this name exists and have done some kind of work. They have seen it all. So there, the journey slightly becomes easier in converting people for trusting you. Right. So that's one thing, but it's not necessary. This only happens with the people who have known you, to whom you have already worked with directly or indirectly, right? But the toughest task, perhaps in my case, however, I can actually give you the data because I did research on this also. What are the prime, challenges that a women entrepreneur faces? That's all research. But as far as my concern is, my thing is concerned, I found it difficult to kind of create slight balance between the family and the business, because I've always been an academician, always been initially into corporate and then into academia, and having enough salary at the end of the month and not worrying about how it will grow, I mean, it comes to your bank account, right? And children automatically get accustomed to your schedule, 9 to 5 types. But when you enter into such a journey, entrepreneurial journey, everything is different. Every day is a challenge, every day is a misery, every day is a celebration. So and I mean, maintaining your work life balance with your children. My son was last year was in 10th, eldest son, and it was such a task having him, seeing him in for his academics, and then he was also very unwell, hospitalized for some time. Seeing that and managing my new baby, my venture, and my little baby, my son and household is definitely a challenge. You can't leave any of them. Right. You can't sideline any of them. So that's major problem. Secondly, traveling. So entrepreneurial journey is all about meeting people, connecting with them, and then after establishing this connect, you grow eventually together by collaborating. But this only happens when you actually meet people. And virtual meetings are cool, but not always. You can create connect, but not but can't trust a person so strongly. Right. And this can only happen when you meet in person and establish that connect and feel that vibe and all that. So this is again a challenge that with my age entrepreneurs who are into multiple roles and playing multiple important roles of their life, going out, traveling to various places and meeting on people is another task. And there are multiple things, I mean, what to say and what not to say. But yeah, these are the prime things, and somebody who can cope up with this perhaps have gone to the next level. Right. So
very well spoken, ma'am. I think every entrepreneur, be it a man or a woman, definitely comes across these challenges in their journey, be it a man or woman, whoever starts a new business. I feel that is something which is common across every entrepreneur's journey. So, ma'am, coming to my next question, like we have previously mentioned in your introduction as well, that you play the role of mentor at Agile Innovation Mission, and then you are also the president for the Startup Council of Wiki for the state of Uttarakhand. So, ma'am, what are your observations regarding the current wave of startups and entrepreneurship in India? If you can just give your opinion, your observation about this current scenario that is happening in our country.
Yeah, Antra, it's a wonderful time, no doubt about it. We are third in the world in terms of having, startups and unicorns, and people are now entrepreneurs are celebrated more than the sports stars or the film stars. There are more media channels who are celebrating entrepreneur than the celebrity, so to say. So the attention has got shifted from somewhere else to somewhere else, and it's a happy news. But at the same time, a lot needs to mature. Because we are, in terms of entrepreneurial economy, we are baby. We are in our young stages, and things are not only people, the stakeholders, but everything is trying to figure out in itself that what exactly needs to be done.
Right.
There's a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of energy, a lot of dynamism, and uh, a lot of things are happening. And when a lot of things happen, it comes with package deal, good and bad both, and you have to gracefully accept both, because you can't
Right.
delete one of the things. You can only accept growth but not denial. You have to accept both the things, right? So eventually in 4 to 5 years of time, you will witness, I will witness, we all will witness a lot of maturity. So how funding scenario is right now, and how people get fascinated to funding, and they come to entrepreneurial profession or occupation. Many young kids only see the funding aspect of it. They get attracted to it. Okay, $1 million, $5 million, $100 million, get people getting fund only on, at the time of the prototype or a little late. So these things are fascinating young generation a lot, but they don't understand the consequence of it, right? And how funds are navigated, how funds are used and even abused. That needs to be really told to them. And many of the incubators are doing a very good, fantastic job. Platforms like TIE, Wiki, platforms like Flow, and many other platforms, PhD, CII, and they're doing a wonderful job. For that example, I'm associated with IIM Bangalore. IIM Bangalore is, the flagship. It's perhaps one of the best incubators that we have. So they're doing fantastic job, but the kind of energy and the inflow of entrepreneurship is happening right now. It is difficult to actually provide that kind of a support system to everyone. So it is going to take time. It is going to mature up very soon. We have to wait and watch. So entrepreneurship ecosystem is also into their early stages of entrepreneurship.
Right.
So the whole ecosystem is also in infancy.
Right.
If I'm right.
Right. Okay. Wonderful, ma'am. So, ma'am, talking about DivIn Pro, what are your future plans? Like, what are you thinking in doing? What are the plans in future that you're working on for DivIn Pro?
So, Antra, my vision is very simple. I, along with my team, would want to be one of the most respected organizations by 2040. So, when I say one of the most respected organization, that cannot be quantified in terms of capital or money or profitability. So, respect, like Tata's, they are more respected than the capital that they have. There are many other brands who have more, monetary quant than them, but they're more respected. So similarly, we want to be big, we want to be doing great, we want to be doing things right in the right way at the right time. So I have great plans. I want to hire a lot of people, a lot of women around me who I'm sure are going to take my organization to the next level, because I'm nothing. I'm just the catalyst. And these are the people who are going to take this journey to the next level, and I'll be witnessing this success someday, surely. And good projects, good brands should come, should understand what we are trying to do, should help and support us primarily, because initially people don't trust you.
Right.
It takes a lot of time to convince people. Okay, they can get convinced with the kind of experience that I carry, but they can't get convinced with the kind of work that you're doing, which is entirely different. So they ask me questions. Why this? Why not that? Why did you leave? So they don't have questions about me, but they have questions about the work I do. So it's not easy. It's not easy. More than hundreds and hundreds of time, you've heard you heard the word sorry, and I regret, and we'll surely come next time. So but we should not get disappointed with that, because जहाँ नहीं जाना चाहिए वहां पता लग जाता है कि नहीं जाना है, ये भी पता लग जाता है कि इस रास्ते पे नहीं जाना है, तो दूसरे रास्ते खोजे जाते हैं। तो हर रास्ते को कोशिश जरूर करनी चाहिए, and that is what is the job of an entrepreneur. So yes, I want to have some very good brands onboarded, who are ethical, who are nice, who are good, and want to really create some great impact in people's life. and we want to be partner with them. We want to collaborate with them in their good work.
Right. Wonderful, ma'am. So, ma'am, before we leave you, any sort of advice, any word of advice or learning, especially for the young women looking to take up the path of entrepreneurship, if you would like to give them some advice or learning?
Advice, I don't know. Advice becomes very tricky to handle. But yeah, I can only share experience, and I would like to say to young, very young ladies who are first timer, coming to a profession and first timer entrepreneurs, good idea. It's an excellent idea. You started very early. Congratulations. But at the same time, you should have great amount of clarity. What exactly do you want out of this life and out of this venture? People, those who are coming to entrepreneurship because of fancy and jazz and the air around it, and with the feel that we'll get funds and we'll have great life, it's not like this. It's not like this. And जितना आप फंडिंग को पोस्टपोन कर सकते हैं उतना अच्छा है. इनिशियली आप थोड़ा सा नौकरी करके, थोड़ा सा स्ट्रगल करके, समझ के मार्केट को, ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस को, पीपल साइकोलॉजी. सबसे बड़ी बात होती है एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप में टू एक्चुअली बिल्ड टीम, because you don't do anything. You only use your brain. Right. And you only use your team. If you're unable to build a team and you have never worked in a team, you will never be able to actually nurture such kind of environment and culture. So understand these things for initial few years of life, if not many years, then at least 3-4 years, and then become mature, understand, struggle, and then इन सब चीजों के लिए prone हो जाएंगे आप. जैसे वैक्सीन होती है, you get vaccinated first and then you're set to go out. So exactly that way. So that's the only piece of advice for young women and men, for that matter. And for young women, they need to be very clear about their milestones, because then you get frustrated. When you get frustrated, you make mistakes. Right. Wrong decision, wrong time, this and that, not experienced people are, and छोटे benefits के लिए, short term benefits के लिए कोई चीज compromise मत करना. I have seen many people compromising big things because of small time benefits. So struggle, because that makes you gold. जितना सोना ठोका जाएगा, जलाया जाएगा, तपाया जाएगा, उतना अच्छा आभूषण बनेगा. So that way. Right. So yeah.
Wonderful, ma'am. I think those were definitely words of wisdom, and I'm sure all our viewers will also agree with that. And they must have definitely learned something from your journey and experiences, and something that they can themselves imbibe in their own personal and professional journey. So thank you so much, ma'am, for sitting down and sharing your inspiring story with us. It was an absolute delight and honor to have you here.
Completely my pleasure. Thank you so much, Antara, for being so patient in having me.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And to all our viewers, if you would like to know more about DivIn Pro and its work, you can connect via companies or Dr. Garg's social media links, which we have shared in the description box below. If you have any sort of feedback for us to improve on, or would just like to show some appreciation, please share your comments in the comment section, and do follow us on our other social media channels, which we have linked again in the description box. Don't forget to hit the like button on this video and subscribe to our channel for more such interesting conversations. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you in our next episode.